Greg. Hi, Mona. It's nice to meet you. I first want to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to help you with your strategy for LinkedIn. I think it's a really great choice. And I've created both a PDF for you to follow as well as this video tutorial because I like to explain why I recommend the things that I recommend. So I'm going to begin by addressing the first question that we had, right? That was the options for personal versus business pages. And I'm going to recommend that you, Mona, optimize your personal page first and ask your employees to do the same, Jody and Michelle, before you go and worry about the business page. Although I do address that in this presentation and strategy as well. So I'm going to take you first to your profile page, and you can go back and read all of this, and I recommend you do read it, watch the video, and then make a list of questions for me, and we can get on a call, or you can send me the questions and I'll answer them via email. But we're going to go to your profile page first. Here it is, right? And I'm going to make some recommendations for how you can optimize it. So the first thing is your headline. And that's the text below your name. And this is really important because this here tells people how you help them, what you do, the reason why you do what you do. And it also helps to come up in search, in the LinkedIn search. So right now, as senior designer, president at Settings by Mona, we don't know that you are a purveyor, creator, designer of luxury table linens. So I'm going to make a recommendation that you add this to your headline here as you edit your LinkedIn personal profile. I'm also made a couple of recommendations on what you could say, although, you're going to make your own. You're helping hospitality design a 5-star experience. You're a creator of luxury linens for 5-star hospitality and dining experiences, or you're the designer of luxury linens for hotels and restaurants worldwide. Now, I think it's 120 characters that you have for your headline. The name of your company can go into your work experience, and it's also going to be here on your business page, so you don't have to worry about that as much. This is so people understand exactly what you do. So I'm going to ask that everything you do for the optimizing, you tell Jody and then Michelle to do as well on their pages, so that when people find your company, whether it's through your business page or through your personal page, that it'll really seem cohesive, just as if you were to show up to a meeting and you were together all representing your brand. I'm also going to make another recommendation about your profile here. While this is a beautiful photo, for me, at a glance, the 1 second attention span that I have online, I would think that you are a textile company. And that's not what you are, right? I mean, you work with textiles and innovative ones at that, but you are a creator of napkins and tablecloths and place settings and fine linens. So I think this should be the most beautiful photo of one of the most beautiful restaurants you've created, in terms of the design of the table settings, right? So the second part of your profile that I want to address is your introductory card, and that's your summary, right? And so that's going to be this part right here, founded by Mona Steck in 2000, right? And then you have this sort of list of projects that you've worked on. So we're going to completely change this up, right? Because what you want to be doing here is demonstrating to anybody that comes to your profile how you help solve their problems, how you help these restaurant owners and hospitality managers create a 5-star experience on maybe a tight budget, or how on top of trends you are with creating a mood, a vibe, an ambiance with the right types of linens that will withstand the washings and all of the abuse that can go through that linens can go through when you're feeding so many people, right? So this really needs to change up because this just seems like it's impersonal, and I'm sure this is not how you, walk into a meeting when you're pitching your business to a new restaurant, right? It's all about your personality coming through and explaining in detail some of the problems you've solved and some of your best work. And it's really okay to start your summary with, hey, I'm Mona Stack, and I'm here to help you create a 5-star experience with the finest of custom designed hospitality linens that the world has ever seen, right? It's going to make it much friendlier, and it's going to make it seem much more, your summary much more approachable, right? The other thing that you have to do here, Mona, is add keywords to your profile, because right now you're using words like textiles, and that's going to show up in the search, and that's not going to lead to the type of connections that you want. So you have to go beyond hospitality linens to describing the bistro and cocktail napkins that you create, the hand embroidered and branded dinner napkins, the place settings, because these are going to be showing up as hashtags or keywords when people are searching for your products, right? You also want to talk about who you worked with, because again, you want to show up in that network of people. So that could be hospitality directors, catering managers, restaurant owners, and it could be as simple as saying, I've worked with hospitality directors, catering managers, restaurant owners, directors of purchasing for Mandarin, for Win, to help create this 5-star experience. So here I've pretty much screenshot what you had put. I'm going to recommend you rewrite your summary following these guidelines. Now, the next thing I'm going to ask you to do is update your contact information, because if I was really interested in connecting with you, the frustrating thing with LinkedIn is most people don't do this. Hello, where's the phone number? Where's the email address? Where is the website? Where's the Instagram profile, which you should be on? I don't see it. So that's a frustrating thing. So you're going to update this contact information immediately. And what you want to do, again, it's a little trick, is you want to include, right after your website, you're allowed to click on other when you click on website to edit, and you want to put luxury table linens, right? Something about your product, because again, settings by Mona doesn't say that, right? It's a lovely name for a business, but it doesn't say what you do. So the next thing I'm going to ask you to do as you optimize your profile is going to take a little bit of work, but it's going to be well worth it. And again, you're going to do this to your business page, and you're going to do it to both. You're not just going to do it for your business page, because that would be a shortcut, and that's not how it works. You need to have your personal page. You are the representative, you are the voice, you are the poster child for your business. Your page has to be as beautiful as your business page. So you've got these amazing clients here that I'm blown away by, right? And they're all listed sort of in text. And no. Social media is super visual. As a matter of fact, most creators of LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram say that within the next 5 years, everything will be video. Everything. So you at least need to get up to the using photography, if not video. I would go and shoot all of this. I would shoot 60-second videos of everything. But if that's not within your wheelhouse, at least step 1, you want to locate, research, screen capture, find photos of every single one of the projects listed here, and organize them with a caption that you will use to describe what you designed and how you did it. And here's where I'm going to tell you to use LinkedIn in a different way than most people would, right? Because you own your own business. It's not like you've worked with a bunch of different companies. So you're going to use the work experience section as your online portfolio. And that's perfectly fine to do, right? So, but the first thing you need to do is, this might be in your office for all I know, organize them, and they have to be high res, right? And somewhere in here, I included a link. It's sort of like a cheat sheet for you and your graphic designer. I'll find it, which explains precisely what size in terms of pixels and dimensions all photos should be. So they're super great on LinkedIn, on the app, and on a tablet, and on the computer. Okay, so you collected all the photos, you've written the descriptions of how you added to the ambiance of the restaurant, how you worked with the interior designer, how you made it a 5-star experience with the texture and the feel of all of the linens. So you're going to upload each project as a work experience on your personal profile. Now you're going to want to add this to your business profile in the future. So keep it nice and organized, like in Dropbox or Google Drive, right? So I have no idea which restaurants you've worked on or which parts of the hotel. So I just picked a couple of them that I found beautiful photos for. Here's Thomas Keller's place, Sean, and then this is Blue Ribbon. And you want to include photos like this that give that far away ambiance vibe, but then you also want to do up close and beautiful photos of table settings as well, right? And you want to include them in the work experience section of your profile. So it's pretty simple. You just click on me on your profile, and that's usually it's right here. And then you go to work experience, and then you literally start a title. And again, you can want to always be thinking about hashtags and keywords. How are people going to find you? So within here, you definitely want to put the words luxury table linens and then maybe the name of the hotel or restaurant or catering facility, whatever it is. And that would be your company, right? Because it's going to link back to your business page. The location where you're based in Vegas, right? And then you could, if you can remember the date and year, that'd be great too. Okay, and then here's where you're going to put in the experience, right? And the cool thing, Mona, is you're going to stand out like no one else because nobody, as far as I can see, in your competition is doing any of this. You're going to want to put the name of the location and a description. And I think it's about the location and the interior design, right? So maybe if you did Beauty and Essex at the Cosmopolitan, you know, your linens added to the vibe of like the infectious playfulness there. Or maybe it was the urban sophistication at Blue Ribbon you were going for. So you created a certain kind of color of linens or feel to them, or there was an embroidery on them. Or maybe it was the classic French bistro decor of Bouchon that had you design the linens you design. But the whole idea and the description is what you really want somebody who's, you know, interested in buying something from you to understand how cool it is to work with you, right? How you got involved in the design process, how you recommended fabrics and colors, you know, understanding their problems. Oh, we have to launder these things every day. We don't want them to fall apart. They're, you know, we need to stay within, you know, the CFO's budget. All of that should be here in the description. And then the cool thing is you can upload videos, slide presentations, photos, and again, the more visual, the better your portfolio, your LinkedIn page. It should be as magnificent as your website, right? Here is that little link right here that's going to take you to all of the social media sizes so you get them right. And you know, if you're working with a graphic designer, great. You know, he or she could use that as well. Okay, so you're optimizing this online profile because A, you want to differentiate yourself from the competitors. You want to stand out amongst everybody. You want to make sure that you show up in search engine results on LinkedIn, and you want to build trust, which I think is one of the most important things. And the only way you build trust is by you show, not tell. Tell is all writing, and you're in the business of show, visual, precisely what you do. And when they go to your LinkedIn profile, it should be like they're walking into your showroom. Right? So here again, all these amazing locations, you need to go and maybe just go through your files and get all these photos and videos, right? And begin creating the portfolio. Then I want to go to skills and endorsements. Now, this section, you know, is another section of your, what do you call it? I'm sorry, your LinkedIn profile right here. And you have about 56 in hospitality right here. But here you're allowed to have actually up to 50, right, in industry knowledge. And that's okay. LinkedIn is fine with that. So I have to say, I don't see anything here with interior design, right? I did some research on, you know, the hospitality industry. Here, some of the connections and the recommendations they gave you for endorsements they gave you. But here you can see top skills in hospitality or catering. And I would think, you know, you'd really want to show up there, right? Because you're a part of the catering process. Event management, right? Guest services, fine dining. You can experiment with endorsements. Hopefully, Mona, you're going to be using your LinkedIn page more than you ever use your website, because if you're really going to use it as a tool for networking from your desktop, you're going to be on it every single day, and you're going to be updating every single day. So you can switch out your skills here and try different ones, based on insights about hotel management, restaurant dining, I don't want to say textiles because that's too broad, but interior design, right? For commercial interior design. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is recommendations. And the recommendations right now, you have 2 good recommendations. However, I think we definitely want to shoot for more. So it's a matter of getting in the habit, right? Everything is going to be about linking back. So as you start to, whatever projects you're working on right now, you always want to make sure you're connecting with the person on LinkedIn as you're working on the project. It could be a super casual thing like, you wrote them an email and then you go connect on LinkedIn, and then the end of the project, a big thank you through messaging, and then you can send them a request to recommend you. And here, if you click on this link, and everything in the PDF is clickable, right? When it's underlined, you'll see precisely how to ask for a recommendation on LinkedIn. Now, again, we're still on optimizing your profile. And again, Jody and Michelle have to do the same. They're not even going into the business page yet. But here, you want to treat your profile as a living asset. So it's something, you can control and come back to all the time and swap around and edit. So you're going to go into your me section. This is mine, but go into your me section, and then you're going to start to edit and try different things with your LinkedIn profile, because it's a living, breathing asset that you have, right? You're going to add, you have these 4 different magazines that were, that featured you. All of them need to be put in as highlights in the highlights section, and you really want to screenshot the photos in the highlights, right, and make sure that they stand out, and then you want to post them to your page as well as stories, because right now they're kind of just buried in your profile. You want to include a link to your LinkedIn profile in your email signature and on your website and on your blog posts on your website and anywhere you can, really. You want to regularly share content on your LinkedIn page at least twice a week. Publish quality content, and I'm going to explain to you how to do this. You want to create a vanity URL that's going to be in the next video. You want to comment on posts that have been shared. You want to use keywords all the time so people find you and you become a thought leader within luxury linens, restaurants, linens for hotels, right? And you really want to tell people what you want them to do on your profile as well. And that's, in marketing, is called calls to action, right? So you want to have them contact you by email or call for free samples, right? Which might be a great thing if people want to feel the quality of your linens. What you don't want to do as you optimize your profile is you don't want to use low resolution photos without captions. And so that was one of the things that I said we have to change right away. And here, as I look through your portfolio, you can see this little vertical image right here, first of all, is, just too tiny. I have no idea where it was from, right? Here, again, very small. This one's a little better, right? But again, I don't know precisely what you did, what restaurant it was, what hotel it was, what catering place. So, a lot of optimization needed to be done here. This is part 1 of many parts. I will be back shortly.